G'day fellas, and welcome to a casted game. Sporting in. On the east side of the map, playing the color yellow as the Chinese. We've got Red Rug Canyon. Now, I don't know if my translator has worked properly, but that's the name I've got. Apparently, it's something to do with Genshin Impact. I'm not exactly sure what it is, so I do apologize in advance to all the kids out there. Beautiful little opening coming in, though, from Red Rug so far. We'll probably just be referring to him as yellow from now. Over on the west side of the map, though, playing in the orange as the Mongols, starting off with that Uvu. Beautiful spawn he's got here as well. Look at this. Wonderful coverage on the Uvu, wonderful coverage on the gold. We got 4D. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to French Pass. French Pass, of course, has been redone recently. One of the big advantages of French Pass now is that, well, it's a little bit less defensible, he says, as he looks over at the Chinese side of the map, which has got this beautiful, beautiful position down on the south side of the wall. Now, I find it kind of interesting that 4D's gone for the Mongols here, right? Because a map like this is just begging to be walled in. You've got these tiny little choke points just asking for some walls. And the Mongols, obviously, incapable of doing so. But what they are capable of doing is trading. Do we dare see some trade coming down today? I suspect we might, but look at this. Already a little bit of a spanner in the works coming through. Not something that you see every day. 4D, you're going to be opening up with a stable. Now, speaking of something else that you don't see every day, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to tell you about our Patreon. Are you keen to get better at Age of Empires 4? Are you interested in watching someone else get coached or getting some one-on-one coaching for yourself? If so, check out the Patreon, where you can find dozens of coaching videos where I personally guide players through the process of improvement, with new videos being added every single week. With coaching for all skill levels and for all civilizations, there's something for everyone. Now, when it comes to my credentials, while I might not be the Red Bull Wallalol champion, I'm still a pretty decent skill level, sitting at the Conqueror 3 ranking for 1v1. So if you are interested in some coaching, make sure you check out the Patreon. I'll leave a link in the description. Now let's get back to the action. So my typical opening is, in this matchup, to go for an early barracks. But at this point in time, it doesn't look like yellow is going to be doing that. Instead, moving out 3 villagers onto the gold mine. And we can see it's only a single scout opening here. Plenty of sheep behind that initial scout. Might even pick up some back sheep here. And we can see the gur on the south side of this tree line. Actually picking up a couple of sheep itself. I think it actually spotted this one out. Missed it for the moment, though. Do you see that scout coming through? Now, yellow's going to get a pretty decent read here on the town center, on the opening here. And should be able to see this stable if he gets close enough. There we go. Spots out the stable. So I think this is kind of interesting, right? Going for an early stable, because one of the more deadly combos that the Mongols can go is that Horseman Mangonite combo. It's a really difficult combo to deal with, very mobile. Obviously, the YAM network going to be providing plenty of movement speed to cavalry in the feudal age, irrespective of whether you go for that landmark, the what's it called? Jeez, it's been so long. Not the silver tree. Don't worry, it'll come to me. Oh my lord, has it really been that long that I don't know? Hold on. Okay, I think I can click on one of the villages. There we go. The deer stones. Jeez, it's been so long since we've seen it. The deer stones. Jeez, the deer stones. You guys remember the good old days where we used to make the deer stones for an entire year and we never made the silver tree once? Pepper Ridge Farm remembers. But you know what else Pepper Ridge Farm remembers? Beautiful little build order that we've got right here coming through for our yellow Chinese player. I'm loving it so far. Makes a lot of sense. And we do see that we've got plenty of sheep back here. Running a very safe little position around the base. And we do see the Imperial Academy going to be coming in. It does manage to hit all 3. Famous words of a man on YouTube saying, oh baby, a triple. Indeed, we have a triple. And we also... See, this is the part that gets me, right? Why are we placing the Imperial... I mean, I guess he gets the stone outcropping as well, right? Like, I would have just loved to have moved this over 2 tiles and then put your next gold mine right here. That way you don't have to build it out this far, because that way at least you get more of the wood line, right? Because the wood line, that's the big bucks, dude. This is where, you know, if you were to think about it, right? Okay, let's math it right now. Let's say there's, how many trees you reckon are in here? 70? 80. Let's go with 80 trees. 80 trees in here. Each tree, 150. So that means that there's 15 drops for each tree, 15 tacks for each tree. If there's 80, that means there's 4,000 tacks in there, right? 80 times 15. 80 times 15, that's 4,000. No, 1,200. Come on, Lord. I'm trying to do the math. I apologize. 1,200 tacks in here, assuming no wheelbarrow. Gosh, where did I get the 4,000 from? God, my math is a little bit special today. So 1,500 tacks, and then you could obviously double that with the Imperial Academy. But by doing this, you basically guarantee that your next lumber camp, it's not going to be so special. But no surprise, we do see the silver tree coming up on the other side of the map. Imperial Academy about to be completed though. Early barracks coming through as well for yellow. Going to be looking for that second town center. And so now we got the age-old question. Who wins? 2TC Song Dynasty or Silver Tree? Now remember, this is nerfed Song Dynasty. But I'm kind of excited right now because I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing. I'll be honest. I played against Silver Tree once before in this matchup on this specific map against... Who was it against? It was against Gluck the Boss, I think? Gluck the Boss. Anyway, at the time, he was probably like rank 50 or something like that. And it was right around the time, you guys remember the Mongol Town Center rush? It was right around that time. And oh my lord, don't tell me he's doing it. 4D, come on. You've got a trading post right here that you could be using. Anyway, it was right around the time of the town center rushing. And I wasn't sure what to do. So I just built a whole bunch of walls around my town center. I'm like, that'll do. And obviously, he was just Silver Tree trading behind it. And it was very, very sad. So we can see he's doing the right thing. He's sending his trading post, or his traders up into this corner. But the problem that he's going to have is he's got quite a walk out there. He could be sending them down into this corner with the market up in this spot. Be having an absolute field day. But we're watching, waiting how he plays. Double spearman coming out. Shouldn't have a problem against the double horseman. Scout back here as well. Look at all these sheep underneath the mill. Nothing more beautiful as a Chinese player to have all this sheep safe underneath the town center. Just feels so nice. And Khan, look at that. Going to take a shot to the front of the face. Falls back. Still just double spear. And that second town center slowly being worked towards. Double Imperial Academy, or Imperial Palace rather. Oh my lord, dude. I got to get my words properly. Imperial Official. There's a second Imperial Official. Now a third Imperial Official joining the fray. Right after that Song Dynasty comes through. A bit late on that town center, though. But he's working towards it. He's got the supervision as well. Khan just being annoying. Let's check in over with the Mongol side. 121 gold on the traders. So I would suspect that he might look to be moving the silver tree right as these traders do come through. Maybe moving them down into this position. That's probably the best spot that he could have it. Look at that. The Mongol Khan just taking out the spearman here. He's gonna need to bring more spears to this party. And he does. Third spearman coming out. We're going to just keep this one alive on the backside. You can see him trying to bring it in, though. Beautiful micro coming in from both of these guys. Now, keep in mind, both of these guys here are Kong 3 players. So you can expect the best. The best micro. The best build orders. The best. I don't know what else we got. The best landmarks. That's why we got Silver Tree coming out. Silver Tree. It's big league, baby. You reach the big league, Silver Tree. 2 traders. 4 traders. 6 traders, 7 traders. He gets the trade bonus coming through now because he's got that 7th trader. Remember, once you've got that 7th trader, you're getting an extra 10% gold, extra 10% food, extra 10% wood. And that's the key right there. That moment is where you want to move back over onto this backside. Because now you're only pulling in... look, it's not bad. You're getting in 121 gold, which is nice. That could be much more. We could be talking about 198 gold if you come back down here. So let's see if he looks to do it. Next mining camp going to be coming up. Second town center up for our Chinese player. The villager count at the moment, or rather economic unit count, in favor of the Mongols, but expect that to rise quickly for the Chinese player. At this point in time, we've got a slow and steady boom coming out from our Mongols. Very interestingly, only goes into 2 horsemen early game, and then moves straight into Mangadai. 8 minutes going to be the first Mangadai coming around here. Just trying to keep the Chinese player in his base, draw a little bit of a response. We do see the Zhukunu coming out now. Yellow going to have a pretty easy time defending this. Keep in mind the horsemen don't have that ranged armor upgrade. They're going to slice through them completely. Really, really decent job here. He's actually going to be able to pick up a horseman. First one goes down. 4D trying to get the ignite. Not going to happen. But we do see those outposts slowly coming up. He's already thinking about the second Uvu here as well. He knows how to play this game. And we do see the silver tree now moving down towards this position in the south. Rather, in the west. And this is exactly what he wants to do. So, a little bit curious that he waited this long. Maybe, did he get out a last... Yeah, I think he got a double out right at the end there. Which makes sense. So, sitting up on 9 traders now. Definitely a decent amount this early. 9 minutes into the game, 9 traders out. You can still see, look at the villagers around here. I think we've got a castle age. Yeah, there's going to be a castle age coming through shortly. He's got 5 bills on gold somewhere. It's the front of his base. Double Mangadai out here as well. These guys could be annoyed. Harassed. And still can't get the burn on that mining camp. Trying his darnest, though. And what numbers are we looking at? I'm thinking 198, right? It's got to be 198. Yeah, 198. Because that is literally a full map trade. This is the best trade you can get right against the edge of the map. You can see right there, there's about a tile that's not. This is full against the map. You can see right there, that's like 2 tiles. You can fit a house in there. You can fit a truck through those. Same thing over here. You love those spawns where they come right up against the edge. Maximum efficiency that you can get. Obviously being as defensive as possible. You can always increase efficiency of something like the silver tree. Just take it down here, drop it in this corner. A little bit harder to defend though. Obviously still trade up towards this trade post. Not going to be the most efficient though. Not with a map like this. You do see, there's also a wolf out now. Gonna have to watch this. A beautiful play at the moment by Forte. He's going to be looking at age up as well. So both players going towards this castle age. And really interesting to see on a map like this, where it's a bit more defensive, the fact that we've got aggression that comes out early, and yet still both players looking for something similar. You know, focus on the economy, get a couple of units out to just defend or attack, poke, prod, all that sort of thing. And then go straight up to the castle agent. You can see right now 4D going to be going up behind. A little bit slower, but look at the upgrades that are coming through. We're looking at horticulture, iron undermesh, and also superior mobility. And G'day Horseman moving up towards that north side. Look at this. Just double checking that no trade's going on. Just because China might be trading. Yeah, of course China's going to be trading. China never trades, mate. Until you get to like 48 minutes, I will come for your gold before I make a trader as China. And look at that. We got another Kurultai coming out. We got another Kurultai coming out across the map. But hold your horses, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have to focus here. Horseman going to be forcing back the Chukunu. You can see just how much damage these guys are able to do. They slice through the Kurultai because the Kurultai have got no armor. First of the Palace Guards makes its way onto the field as well here. Yellow in a solid position on the defense. Up 14 economic units at the moment. Keep in mind, even though he's got 14 economic units, 4 of those are counted twice, the Imperial official. So that number, actually only 60 economic units. Keep in mind over on the other side, that when it comes to a trader, going the full length of the map like this, your standard trader is worth about 1.5 villages unupgraded. But remember, these are not your standard traders. These guys are collecting extra resources. We're talking an extra 30% resources on these Mongol traders. And on top of that, additional movement speed. 1.15 movement speed compared to the normal movement speed of a trader, which is 1. So big difference here for these Mongol traders. They move faster, they carry more. So just because he's got less on the economic unit number doesn't mean the income isn't there. And we do see at the moment it says 198 gold a minute. I don't think that's correct, but we'll have to wait and see because you watch, right? As soon as one of these traders drops off their load, I mean, you watch, right? Like this is going to take him to 3k gold a minute. And there's just no way that he's at that. Even with 9 traders, I mean, you average it out, right? 9 traders all pulling in 200 gold a minute, and it takes 3 minutes to do a trip. So you've got, what is that? 9 times 2, 1800. So you've got 600 gold a minute at the very minimum here. But obviously it averages that out based on the last 60 seconds. So it's going to look like gold is very, very low here. But then finally the drop-off comes in and you can see that gold income is going to start spiking. Siege Workshop going to come down here as well. Interesting position for yellow. That gold continuing to climb up to 595, 794. Just as it falls down, we can see those trades dropping off up to 1.2k. It's going to continue going. He's adding in more and more traders here as well. Uvu gets depleted. 13 minutes through. Second Uvu going to get thrown down towards this top side of the range. Back over on the east side of the map. Look at this expansion coming out from our Chinese player. Barbican in a solid position here. You love these kind of Barbicans sitting in the choke point, keeping all these villages safe as well. And we've got ourselves a wall coming up. It's just going to be a palisade wall for now. China not really interested in relics, not really interested in sacred sites just yet. Do we see any monastery coming out? Here's the monastery coming out. Doesn't look like we see any monks just yet. I'll double check the UI. Never mind, Drongo. You're just one of those elementary guys. Let's say that much. 2 monks out already. And the lancers have come through. Good timing on these lancers. Back over on the other side, it's going to be double archery range. Do we dare see... Is it going to be straight to elite Mangudai? I feel like elite Mangudai are just so good because of incendiary arrows. Archer units or archer type units just becomes like next level busted in Imperial. Chukunu, obviously. when you're fighting, you know, when your enemy's bleeding resources and you're like when you've got no extra resources in the bank and you're trying to throw as much stuff out as you can. Chukunu are amazing. I wonder what it's like for the Mangadai though, because they're quite an expensive unit. Obviously, when you go head to head with them, it's not that crazy, but they're very good at penetrating through the defenses. If they do get through, you better watch out. You better watch yourself. And it's kind of curious that we don't see 4D going for any of those kind of plays. It's just playing a bit more of a, I would just say, like a 2D kind of style. At least at the moment, very two-dimensional. Focusing on the economy at home. Just making sure that his enemy doesn't wall up too much. But the walls are coming through. The Mangadai is out. Look at the wall block coming in. Palace Guard looking to meet it. Sacred Site. Not yet challenged, but the first relic is held in. Second relic going to get picked up. Lance is going to be moving out. Chukunu, as well as Palace Guards, going to get absolutely crushed here. Beautiful job by these Lancers. +2 range attack. There are crossbows on the backside, though. They're doing pretty decent damage. Look at how much damage they're doing here to this knight. Two-shotting him, but he still gets cleaned up. Absolutely destroyed. Beautiful opening here from 4D. At the same time, questionable position here from Yellow. The lack of spears, it's going to hurt him. But crossbow mass could be good. I'd like to see spear crossbow coming out right now from Yellow. I mean, when you see this comp, right, like the chance that your enemy's going infantry is very low. Knights or Lancers together with Mangadai, a potent combo. So you got to make sure that you can meet them with as much force as possible. And obviously, spearmen together with the crossbows. Very good against them. Now, I think the interesting thing for me here is that 4D's not really playing the late game, right? Like, in my opinion, at this point, 4D... Wait, I say that he's not playing the late game. Is this... It doesn't look like it. But it kind of looks like it. You know what I mean? Like, is this a white stupa coming in here? But in saying that, he's only got 15 traders. Now, sure, 15 traders, it's nothing to write home about. But at the same time, it's not that impressive. Did I just say the same thing twice? What I wanted to say is that it's not that impressive. Let's just go with that. It's not that impressive, right? Like, okay, it's good, but it's not great. Especially now that we're at the 16-minute mark. He had 9 traders at 9 minutes. These guys take 16 seconds to build. You should be making 4 traders a minute. At this point in the game, let's extrapolate that. 9 traders at 9 minutes. You've had 8 minutes, making 4 a minute. How much math are we going to have to do here? 32 more traders coming out for 4D. He could be up 32. He could be on 100 economic units right now. And he's not. And that really hurts him because his trade has been uncontested. So I think this is just almost like a little bit of uncertainty, unfamiliarity with what to expect from his enemy. He scouted the second town center though, so he should know, 4D should know that, hey, China's going to be playing this defensively. They're not going to be interested in pushing and trying to deny trade. They're doing their own thing. So I can't help but feel that right now the only reason China's in a decent spot at all is because 4D has just decided he doesn't want to make traders. Mr. B's getting some decent shots there. Military numbers looking pretty good for Yellow. He's trying to siege down the siege workshop. He gets it, but he's throwing away his military. 4D. With a name like 4D, I was expecting big brain plays, but all I'm seeing is 1D plays. 4D. Losing the Khan as well. What is this play? Did he disconnect? Can we get a 4D cam right now? What is going on with 4D? Please tell me you're alive somewhere, 4D. You didn't fall off your chair, did you? What was that? So at this point in the game, I mean, if we're going to do a stock take here, let's have a look. 2,500, 900 sitting at about 1,000, so 3,500. About 4,100 resources a minute, plus that, 4,300. Compare that over to the Mongol side, and you're looking at about 3,000 over here. 3,200, 3,300 with the Uvu. That obviously changes depending on how much gold we've had deposited, because already right now you can see we're up to 4,000. So it's an unreliable metric when it comes to this gold when you don't have the numbers. But he does finally realize, okay, he hears my call. Thank you, 4D. But is it too late? I feel like it might be too late. China hits Imperial, and this is where it starts to get hard because you don't have agency anymore. China has got the walls up. You haven't denied them. You've been doing a decent job this game, but The main thing that you want to be doing with Lancer and Mangadai is running through the opponent's base, looking for those villagers on the farms. There they are. Idle them, kill them, take them out. And look how many worker kills we've had this game. A total of 7 from 4D. It's just not enough. It's just not cricket. He's going to have to think about going Imperial himself. He can't be fighting against the elite units uncontested like this. And I've just realized, take a look at the population difference here. 180 against 120. And obviously a lot of that's villager count. And remember that the traders back here, I don't know exactly what the number would be, but I would suspect they'd be closer to about like 2.5 villagers. They're pretty darn good. These are max length. I mean, someone can do the math and work it out, right? But if you can assume an unupgraded villager does 40 resources a minute, and this trader here is doing, well, what is it, 200 and... Dude, we've done so much math. This is like the most math episode of Drongo casts that we've ever done. I think I actually set a math exam once, and I did less math than what I've done in this cast. Look at these Palace Guards moving out. They've got their elite upgrades. They've got their extra health as well. Kurultai trying to get down. Crossbowman coming out. Decent little position, but he's got to be careful. It's a choke point here. We enter into the cinematic mode as he tries to get a little bit of a surround. Got to watch that Nesta B. Not managing to fire off towards the Crossbowman, but he still has a pretty decent front. But the main issue he's going to have are elite crossbows together with those elite Palace Guards. They're just going to rampage through this, and that's exactly what they do. Crossbow coming in on the backside. 4D in trouble right now. He's going to have to head back to the drawing board. Maybe think a little bit outside the box. Think outside the 3D box. Start thinking about that. You know, get that fourth dimension. Start moving into your gameplay, 4D, because if you got to name yourself after it, you got to start playing like it. He falls back. Kurultai is going to come up on the backside here. He's got the Khan. He's going to get that extra 25% damage. You can see how much damage we're talking about. That's almost an Imperial upgrade just there in itself. He holds on for a little bit longer, but now he's down on both military, tech, and economy. The 3 main drivers of your victory status or your potential to win in a game are those 3 things. What's your tech? What age are you in? What's your military? How many military units do you have? What's your army value? And of course, your economy. How many resources a minute are you pulling in? And right now, let's take a look. We can see 2,500 compared. So it's about 5,000 over on this side compared to about 5,000 on this side, 5,500. So it's still pretty even on the economy side of things. Military value, not crazy off the charts here. With defensive bonuses, that could be decent. But he's got to do the right thing. 4D doing the right thing here. This is what 4D needed to do 10 minutes ago. He needed to raid his enemy. He needed to send units in. You got to be a Mongol. When you're playing in the Mongols, you got to be the Mongols. You got to channel your inner Mongols. Let's check in over on the other side of the map. I want to see how many traders do we have. We're up to 23 traders. So we're getting there. We're getting there, 14. But it's just not cricket at this point. And Yellow was going to get Kurultai, but he says, no, not today. And China's securing up that first sacred site in the north. Now looking to neutralize the one on the south side. An elite Palace Guard standing on the sacred site, almost like a monk. Very monk-like. Just biding his time. Hand cannon is coming out as well. We do see they do have their pyrotechnics upgrade, that extra bit of range. Obviously, China gets chemistry for free. Chemistry increases all of your gunpowder units damage by 20%. So it means that these hand cannoneers are going to be getting an extra 7 attack. That raid coming through, but remember, no villagers down on that south side. That's what he's looking for. Needs to pull these away. The Mangadai are going to make their way through. 12 damage at the moment. Villagers do run for their lives. First of the landmarks are down, and he moves forward into the base. Defense coming in. It's a good defense. Crossbow defense. Beautiful. Springlers on the backside as well, just in case any Nesta Bs look to try and come in. I'm liking this. This is a solid defense. The crossbow numbers here are going to be more than enough to hold this. And at the same time, he's working on the villagers. Villagers are going down. Look at this, up to 14, 15, and look at all the villagers. Oh, he's pulling it back. 4D finally pulling out something from his bag of tricks. I thought the bag was only a picture. It turned out it was 3D in itself, and he's found the 4th dimension. Look at this. He is burning through these villagers, sieging them down. Khan out here as well. Got to be so careful with that Khan. You really want to keep it for that Kurultai. Obviously, the Kurultai burned, so kind of irrelevant at the moment, and he's cleaning up the Palace Guards on the south side. At the moment, all of those crossbowmen just chilling for the moment. And look at the unit numbers here. 35 villager kills. Look at the villager count. He's evened it up all of a sudden. Yellow in a little bit of trouble. Could you imagine this 10 minutes ago? This is the power of the Mongols. This is the power right now of the Mangadai. All that he needed to do was this little run through. He's cleaning it up back at home. We talked about this. And army value continues to climb for our Chinese player. Stone wall going to come down. He can't let this stone wall get down. If this stone wall gets down, the end of the Mangudai raids will occur. And that could be the worst outcome, but look at this. If he spots it, this could be more dead villagers, and indeed 13 villagers looking like they might be quite literally on their last legs. Forced away from that position. Allows them to live one more day. Needs to continue pulling villagers down here. Just throw down a couple of outposts. Throw down anything. Don't let your enemy get those walls up, and we see another keep. Attempting to be dropped down. Nesta B is going to be firing off here as well. White Stupa dropped down in all of the pastures. And Imperial Age begins. Economic count pretty even at the moment. Let's take a look at the little bit of a stock take. 3,200 gold, 1,300. We're 5,500, 5,700. Compared over to on the other side to a bit over 3k. And now we can see the power of the Mongols coming. The Kurultai being repaired. Khan is down for the moment. Not going to have that extra attack. Only going to have that heal. I think that's the way that it works. Yeah, it's only the extra attack when the Khan comes in. Actually, do you get the heal only when the Khan comes in as well? No, you only get the extra attack with the Khan. But that wall coming up on the south side. Now, there is an opening through. Look at this. He's got the stone wall up on this north position. But technically, he can run through the keep. And remember, just like a Barbican, the keep, it's powerful, it's strong, but at the end of the day, it's not a wall. Just remember, it's not a wall. Sacred Site still being held off. Yellow looking to try and secure this. We do see the keep. Numbers here looking pretty solid. I'd love a Mangonel. If you could pull a Mangonel out right now, 4D, this is exactly what you need. But you need to just hold off. You can't fight right now. You got to fall back. You got to wait for those units to come in. You need that Mangonel. It's really key. There's a lot of big infantry here. The Khan does rise, but you can't fight without him. You need that extra damage bonus. Elite upgrades are coming through. He's got roller shutter triggers. He needs to fall back. You don't fight right now, 4D. This is not the time that you want to fight. The numbers just aren't good enough for you here. And he fires on the back line with the Springlets, but it's not what he wants. There's a lack of Mangonels here, a lack of crossbows here, a lack of units, a lack of defensive structure, no trench built. The Kurultai is going to lose its life before it even matters, and he gets completely eaten alive just when I thought there was a chance, just when I thought there was a hope for our 4D chess player. Over on the west side of the map, he gets cleaned up. He gets eaten alive, and China all of a sudden starts making more villages from those town centers. Those 2.6 town center equivalent. Actually, I think, is it 2.66 town center equivalent, actually? Please tell me there's a Mangonel in queue. There's not. How many traders are we on? We're on 25 traders. That's pretty decent. He could look for the stone commerce upgrade here as well. Gives him an extra 10% stone, I tell you what. It's a beautiful upgrade. And now the night numbers. Decent on this top side. He's got the elite upgrades for him. No biology just yet. You can see it in queue. Is he going for improved biology? Let's take a look and see. Where's that Uvu? I don't know exactly where it is, but we can hear the Springalds firing off. A distinct lack of siege coming out from our Chinese player. Springalds almost useless in this position. Second town center did also get added in from 4D at some point. And look at the tower defense coming in. The Mongol tower defense. Is he going to be able to hold this off? Look at this tower defense go. He is holding on for dear life. But the question is whether it's going to matter. He's got the trade economy. Cannon emplacement about to come through. At least I think this is a cannon emplacement. And when we hear those boulders, those sounds of the cannonballs hitting the ground, that's the cannons, baby. There we go. The tower defense, the Mongol tower defense, holding on for dear life. Let's check in over with Yellow and see how he's doing. As that southern sacred site is slowly but steadily captured. How's that for alliteration? Eat that one up. All of you English lit majors. You guys would have loved that. Write that one down. Triple bombard, though. If ever you were wondering, what's the best way to deal with outposts? Triple bombard, baby. Triple bombard. Look at that. Not only will you two-shot the outpost, you will one-shot the outpost because you got... Well, you only need 2 bombards to one-shot the outpost. But both sacred sites now captured. We're going to enter into the cinematic mode. As those bombards tee off on the backside. He's got to be careful here to make sure he splits. Mangonel finally making it out into the field. 4D. Better late than never. Beautiful split coming in. Yellow doing a decent job, but the bombards focus down straight away. That outpost with the cannons in it. Roller shutter triggers on the Springalds. Going to force back the cannons. Or the bombards for now. But the numbers here are just too good for Yellow. He's overwhelming the enemy position. He's up 4k score at this point. And Yellow's overwhelming the base of our Mongol player. He's struggling to keep it alive. The Mangonel on the backside going to help out a little bit here. Trade going to begin threatened. And now we can see all of those hand cannoneers moving towards the trade. And once that trade gets shut down, you might as well type in those 2 magic letters. GG, baby. There's no way you hold when all of this is in here, but hold on a minute. The Mangonel. He's got a Mangonel. He's got a Mangonel. He's got a Dream. Big shot comes in. It hits all the hand cannoneers. He could make a second one here. Looking to try and hold it a little bit longer. The numbers are still pretty solid, though, for yellow, and he's going to continue funneling in more units. The tower defense, he's holding on for dear life. The Mangonel's gone down. All the hand cannoneers are up, and good game gets called for. D taps out and heads back to the first dimension. Fellas, I hope you've enjoyed this casted game. If you have, leave a like. Say good day to, I don't know, your favorite Twitch streamers, wherever they are in the world. I don't know if these guys stream. If they do, I'll try and work it out. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching, and what a beautiful, marvelous game right there.